Okay, today I'm going to show you how I roast my coffee using my homemade coffee roaster. So you can see this setup here. This is a modified flour sifter with two steel spoons that's embedded into the rotating shaft as the agitator. Okay, and then we have the heat gun, a stopwatch to time the roast. Then we have the speed controller for the agitators. And also I have a ventilation fan that is connected over here to suck out any chaff to direct them out the window. Okay, here are my beans. Now these are Indonesian Mandailing beans, about 200 grams. So I'm going to put them in right now. I'm going to turn on my stopwatch. Alright, and then I'll turn on my agitator. Alright, so now the beans are turning. Then I'll turn on my heat fan, which I already set to the temperature. I'll turn on my ventilation fan as well. And I've attached a handle to the ventilation fan, okay, and so that I can catch any chaff that is being blown out. So as you can see, as the beans are heated up, the chaff will separate from the beans, and then this ventilation tube, which I've constructed out from this ventilation pipe, and then a ventilation fan, will suck out the chaff. Now, instead of using a drill motor like some of the other examples that I've seen, this is a setup that I built. Okay, using a coupling attached to a geared motor. So this will provide more than enough torque to spin the setup here. And also you notice that I've used a metal funnel, okay, so that I can capture all the heat and direct all the heat right onto the beans for roasting. Now the benefits of roasting like that is that you can see the color of the beans very clearly, and also you can definitely hear the beans, so you can listen to the first crack and of course the second crack, which is my preferred roast time. So we're about 4 minutes into the roast, and you can see that the beans have changed from light green into this yellowish brown color. So the roast is going well. Alright, it's about 6 minutes into the roast, and I'm starting to hear the first cracks starting to happen, the first crack. So around 6 minutes into the roast for this Indonesian Mandailing beans. Or actually about 191. So we're actually entering 200 degrees very, very soon. Alright, we are now entering the 13-minute mark, and I'm starting to hear the very first second cracks. Okay, the second crack is usually not as audible as the first crack. And I think I'm just going to let this roast for another minute or so before I will shut the heat gun. I should read the ideal roast right about now. Yeah, you can hear a little bit of the second crack. Yeah. Okay, it's getting more rapid. I think now is the time to stop it. So once I stop the roast, you will see a lot of smoke coming out. I'll stop the heat gun. I'll switch off the heat gun now. And then you should see smoke. You can see a little bit of smoke coming out now. And this next stage is the cooling stage. I'll continue to let the agitation continue, and then also let the ventilation fan suck out the smoke. I will lift up the flour sifter a bit. Let more of the smoke suck out. Okay. Continue to let it cool. Now most of the smoke is being sucked out. I'm going to increase the agitation and then just cover the smoke to really suck out all the chaff and smoke. Okay, and then I will switch off my agitator and bring it to my cooling setup. Just pour it over here. And then turn on the fan. Right, so this is just a fan that is sucking through a flour sieve. And just let the temperature cool down. And that's it. This is the resulting roast. And I'm going to show you a previous roast that I did. So these are Brazilian beans. And these are Indonesian mandarin beans. So right now, I'll just let it air out a bit before I put them in special containers and wait for at least a day or two before I grind the beans up.